Coming at you out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, more specifically the great neighborhood of Oakland. It's The Breakdown, where we break things down and figure it out. My name is Jack Zavanelli.
And I'm Kaylin Davis.
And I'm Jalea Matai.
Well, we're back
We're
in the
here.
studio. It's really, really exciting. And Kay, welcome to the studio.
I know, my very first time being in the studio. Sorry, apologies for my absence last week, everyone. I was in Indiana,
That's okay.
where Jack actually came from before he came to Pitt.
I was at IU for a semester.
Yes.
Great media school.
I was at IU Indianapolis campus. Around there area.
Okay.
Yeah, it was second time being there. Very cool. Very nice experience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Bloomington campus looks like, but
It's beautiful.
Indianapolis was pretty nice too.
I miss it.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Oh, really?
It is. But, okay, there's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room.
Yes.
And we have a special guest for the first time in the Breakdown's history. We were supposed to get one last week,
Mhm.
but he flaked out on us.
Oh.
That's okay. But you didn't flake out
I
on
did
us.
not. I'm
So
here. I'm excited.
Can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Of course. So my name is Jalea Matai. I'm a senior at the University of Pittsburgh. I'm actually in the same sorority, so it's Black History Month, everybody. Woohoo! Same sorority as Kaylin Davis. She's my line sister. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So we're gonna kind of chat and talk about BHM and being a sorority and being a Black student.
Yeah, all those
Yeah.
things.
Tons of fun. Really,
Yep,
I'm really
excited.
excited. But what is a line sister? I'm sorry. I'm really
Oh,
ignorant.
yeah.
I'm super ignorant.
So when you cross into a Black sorority, who you crossed with, who you joined the sorority with,
Mhm.
that's your line. So Jalea, she's the ace, the first person, and I'm the tail. I'm the last person in our line.
You explained
Yes.
this to me before.
I definitely think I have, but it's okay because
Yeah.
it's
It did not
for
hold.
us. It was a concept that we were used to because being Black.
Being around
But
it.
when you're not around it, it's
It's
totally
new.
because Panhandle and IFC, they call their line when they have bigs
Pledge
and little.
class.
Yes.
So when they do big, little, or G big, that's their line. That's what they count as a line, but ours is not. So a person that came before us would be our prophyte, and we are neos, and then the people after us would be our neos.
Yeah.
But that's totally different words that they never use. So if you've never grown up with that concept,
Yeah.
totally understand.
Okay.
Yeah, so we crossed together.
Okay.
Spring 24.
Spring
but
24.
Also, IFC and Panhandle, the way that they their line is pledge class. So all
Yeah.
the people who kind of did their they rushed at the same time. That's
Mhm.
what their
They-
our
yeah.
equivalent is.
They
Okay.
call
There's
it
some-
pledge class. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that terminology.
Yeah.
Just
So,
different terms.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would
Same-
essentially
I
be the
understand
same.
because I went to IU. We just spoke about that, and
Mhm.
I had a roommate who was rushing.
Mm.
Freshman year,
Yeah.
first semester is kind of crazy in my opinion.
I agree.
Sick.
I would-
Kind of crazy in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think he was still trying to get into the business school because if anyone
Oh.
knows, Kelly is pretty big. A shout out to Matt. He's definitely not watching, but shout out to him. And so I know about rushing and pledging and that general
Mhm.
aspect. And another hot take. I don't like Greek life on campus.
We've had this
That's
conversation
We've had this
before.
conversation.
I could understand.
I don't know much about sororities, but fraternities, everything I hear is is a horror story in my opinion.
Yes.
With the
Yes.
hazing and the
Mhm.
assaults and the
Forced
other
drinking, that kind of
Uh-huh.
stuff, partying. all
It's I don't understand how colleges and universities are willing to let Greek life on campus. I just don't get it.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
feel weird
It's a
saying that
problem.
because you guys are Greek life.
Yeah,
No,
or
no,
a
no,
part
no.
of Greek
totally
life.
valid take.
Yeah. And also, my thing is the way that kind of the NPHC, which is the National Panhellenic Council, which is the historically Black fraternities and sororities, the way we operate is completely different than IFC and then Panhandle. So IFC is the Interfraternity Council, which is the guys. And then the Panhellenic Council is going to be the girls. But
Okay.
they operate more similarly to each other than we have our own council. So all of that drinking and
That's not your
you're
guys'
drinking.
thing?
No.
We are
Okay.
very much about serving the community, building programs for the local Pittsburgh community, the Pitt community of our students and stuff like that, going out into the who knows what, doing volunteering and all that. The way that I kind of see, on social media or the internet or even in real life,
Mhm.
Pike.
Okay, you don't go to Pike. That's all I hear.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What
you
is
don't
it?
do that.
Honestly, they say Pike
Spikes.
Okay,
Spikes.
I was
I
about to,
don't know
I was
if
about
you
to
do
say that.
that.
I was about to say that, but I
Yeah.
don't know if we should.
I don't know if that's
Well, that's what I
Sorry,
hear.
Mike.
But no.
Because my girlfriend, she goes to a school in Michigan.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Shout out to Dylan.
Shout out to Dylan, the
Okay.
better Dylan. Shout out Dylan. The other Dylan is never here. What's up with that?
He actually keeps
Oh.
walking past me. He never speaks. So I don't know.
Oh.
See, he does that to you, and he gets on me for doing that to him by accident.
Please.
What?
Double
Anyways,
standard.
but even there, Pike is you don't go to Pike, so
Yeah.
it just attracts the worst type of people.
I
no,
agree. There's things
no,
like that.
no offense to the people who of Pike are listening, or full offense?
Yeah.
You know,
maybe
like,
like
half and half, 6,
7.
7. But no, like they're very much like all their programs are like, oh, come tailgate with us. So like we would never have that. Like
We
we can't
can't do
even do like
that.
our nationals. Like
Oh.
it would be gone. Like in an instant.
Yes.
So like.
Yeah, I feel like
no.
we can definitely get into this because I know you have some like more specific questions like that we'll follow under this.
And
But
kinda
like
go into it.
we will go into this because it's
Yeah.
completely
I'm
different.
interested because I didn't know that there were like levels. I thought it was just like
there's levels
you
to it.
you just get into the house and you do whatever you want.
No.
I didn't know.
Absolutely
Okay, that's
No.
really interesting.
Yeah.
So would you guys like for that to be universal across all Greek life, all houses, or are you okay with there being differences?
I think that structure is very important, and like we kind of learned some stuff being at AFLV, the Greek conference in Indiana, that certain organizations and chapters and stuff are structured, like extremely structured, kind of half structured, and no structure, and kind of seeing the differences in how they operate is very, very like inspiring because I feel
okay.
like our organization has structure, but not nearly as much structure as it could be. And the people who have that structure are operating very to a T. Like they're
Yeah.
doing it.
Okay.
And not saying that we're not doing it, but we could be better. I feel like with more structure. So structure and kind of having it all similar, I think would be a good thing. I think it should happen. Will it happen? Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because those are the things that make each organization kind of different, and like
Yeah.
the difference between like us joining Delta Sigma Theta or then another person joining maybe like Sigma Gamma Rho, which is another Jade. Jade
Oh, yeah,
Davis,
so
she's
Black
in
and
Sigma
Black
Gamma Rho.
sorority.
So that's another sorority that she's in. Like those are like the differences that make people either want to join this one versus that
I
one,
understand.
or like what are their guiding principles and things like that. Like
Yeah.
those are the things that make it different. So like, would it be nice for us all to like kind of have the same kind of structure and whatever? But like, I feel like it would never happen because of those reasons. It's like, well, then why
Yeah.
are we all in a different
Different.
works? You know,
See,
what I'm saying?
I understand that because as an outsider looking in, I do think it's cool to be able to, like, I'm gonna rush or whatever for this house, and I'm gonna have this name, I'm gonna have friends. But then the extracurriculars of what frats do, like that's obviously
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe a sorority is for me. What sorority do you think matches my personality best, Kay?
Like in all the sororities in the world?
Or maybe Pitt.
Okay.
I think you could give it.
You could have a
cute
Kappa
little-
Kappa Gamma.
I was gonna say KKG or a KD.
Okay, is that good?
That's one of the main ones. That's good.
Okay, I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that because maybe what's it? It's not rushing. What is it called for sorority?
It's rushing.
It is
Oh, it's rushing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know.
Hey,
But that's interesting, and I don't know if I want all Greek life to be thrown off. That's my like extreme take on it. But I
Mhm.
just think there should be regulations
yes.
where
Mhm.
Yes, yes,
just
yes,
like
yes.
you can't let them do whatever they want. And it's so
Definitely.
is it like I hear that being a part of a sorority or fraternity is a great resume stuffer. Is that true?
Yes, it's
Yes.
super great actually because it's how like everyone's always like it's not about what you know, who you know.
Of
So like
course.
they read someone that's reading your resume, right? And like they're reading mine and they say she's like, oh, let me see like what she did in college. And she's like, oh, she's a member of Delta Sigma Theta. Oh, my sister's a member of that. Or I'm a member of that. That is going to make them automatically think of you in a different way.
A better light.
In a better light because they like either they can relate to you or they know someone that can relate to you. And they know that
Make
that
the
organization is
connection.
doing great things
Mhm.
outside,
Yeah.
or it could be the opposite. They know that organization is known for doing bad things. Like it could be both ways,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
like it can be really helpful in that way of networking and being like, oh my God, like now we have a connection to each other. Let me actually see about this person. Let me talk to this person, and maybe this person could be a great addition to this job, or you know what I'm saying? It's really great in that kind of way.
Funny story. Guess
Okay.
what? So I am pre-dental, so I'm spending
Oh.
my gap year doing research and then being a dental assistant.
Dang.
I am not certified yet, but there was a soror, so someone within my organization. I met with her during one of the breaks or something. She hooked me up with a dentist, and now I have a job.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Keep in mind. Thank you. Like technically, I would have had to become certified and then apply and think on this,
Jeez.
but it is the who you know, so it is really nice. A really big like networking is really big.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
And in the D9 in general, because even if you're not
Yes.
exactly the same organization, like
Mhm.
it does help.
it's that connection.
It's just like especially I mean I've noticed that with the MPHC like like when I went to GMA like Robin Roberts, she's another sorority that's in the D9.
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't know that.
When I went to The View, I talked one of the hosts, Sunny on The View. She's in another organization, but like we all had that conversation, and she was
Mm.
like, you know what, like we have Greek unity, and I was like, yes, we do. And I'm like
Yes.
talking to her, and I'm like, that's just a way to like start conversation, and that just gets you in the door. And
Mhm.
now you can use all your knowledge of other expertise to like get further you along. But like that is a great way to get you in the door. And I'm not saying people should do this just for
Yeah.
that because
Yeah,
we
no,
do
no,
a lot
no,
of other
no.
things and we have a
Mhm.
lot of other principles and things like that. But like It's
a
not.
plus.
It's definitely a plus for sure.
I understand that. And Kay, I just want to say you make me a little mad because you just you casually drop The View, GMA, all the producers and talents that I know. It's just like, come on, man. Can you come down to my level for a second?
I'm sorry. Let me do that.
It's very impressive, and we're all proud of you. And you, job, get out of here.
Yes, like that's great.
Thanks.
But it is kind of like another college, right? Being a part of a sorority, let's say, because that's with like a plus of going to Penn State. Their alumni network is huge, and
yes.
on top of going to like the biggest sorority or fraternity, you're kind of set, right? So I 100% see the pull.
It's like just like if you had like Harvard. Like
Yeah.
Harvard
Yeah.
has so much pull just by saying that.
by
It's
saying
just-
Yeah, it's like,
come on, it's like literally the same thing. Yeah, it's just like that.
Fada's trying to get into Harvard.
I hope she does.
Okay.
I hope she
I
does.
think she has it in
Fingers
her.
crossed.
My roommate
She's-
is applying to Harvard Law right now. Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully she gets in.
And also, I hear being a dentist is like one of the hardest things you can do.
Yes, very
Yes.
tough on your body, tough on your mind, because keep in mind, like, nobody likes a dentist. So every day you're hearing.
I hate the
love
dentist.
my
Oh, I
dentist.
love the dentist.
Thank you.
Oh, bye,
It is
Jack.
good. You know
I
what I'm
like getting
saying?
my teeth cleaned. I like
You feel
going there. It's like the
polished.
vibe is like nice. The
See? Come on, Kay.
I don't like the smell. I don't like the sound of the
It's
tools.
clean. It's clean. It's
you're
okay.
getting clean. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
It's so miserable to me. I literally went to the dentist last year and she like came with me.
I did. I was so excited. I was on her mouth.
Like, isn't that insane? Is that not
I was so-
insane?
Guys, free dental here. Like, that's what I want to do. I was so excited. Like,
See, that's kind of psychopathic. To be
Oh.
excited to be in someone's mouth, but I get it. I get
am,
it.
man. It's,
That's how you know she really wants to be a dentist.
what I'm
And
saying,
she
it's my
really
future.
cares. And
Yeah.
she be knowing the information already.
Do you have dreams about teeth?
not really dreams, but like, when I was freshman or sophomore, like instead of like, people like doodle in class, like I would just draw like a molar. I would draw a tooth
That's
in the
so
back.
cool. That's the coolest thing, actually, because you're gonna be a great dentist.
Thank
so
you. I'm
hopefully you get
excited.
your own practice. Is
Yeah,
that your
I wanna-
goal?
Yes, I actually would have been orthodontist. So I
Oh,
have.
shout out orthodontist.
Come on, I have
Millions
dentist
of years of
fire-
school left.
Yes, I have 4 years of dental school, but at least we did the 4 years of undergrad. Like
Yeah.
that's one check mark. 4 years of dental school, then 2 to 3 years of orthodontic residency. But like technically, I could practice as a dentist and then go back for school. But I
Okay.
don't think I'll do that. But like med school, like I would never do med school. Like you have mandatory residency, like
Mandatory,
4
yeah.
years of medical
Okay.
school. Anywhere
That's
from
like 4 years of
2
residency.
to like 8, 10, 12. Depends what you want to
and
do.
then like maybe
student
even a
loans.
fellowship.
Let's not even talk about
The
that.
interest
It's
rate is 18.
It's, it's
That's
yeah.
insane.
That's what I'm saying. Like, catch me being rich when I'm 50. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then you're set. You can retire when you're what, like 55?
Yeah, something. I just gotta-
Hopefully you pay off your loans by then.
the loans will be $500,000, babe, and that's just for dental school. That's not even residency.
I'm so glad I'm like interested in journalism, where like a bachelor's degree is kind of like should have
you'd be
one.
good.
You don't need a master's.
You do
or-
not,
not
need
a
a master's,
PhD.
and then you won't
no
be catching me getting me
residency.
one.
No,
I won't be getting one.
my friend tried to convince me to go to Syracuse for my master's.
Oh.
Do you know how expensive that school is?
It's super expensive. It's so far into New York. Your snow is like, if we thought our snow this year was bad, they are under snow.
Shout out Cadence. But yeah, that's all really interesting, and congrats again.
you.
So that's awesome.
Excited for
We all
us.
got great things going on.
Yes, we
we
do.
do.
Actually, I'll tell you this off air. But okay, so let's get into the main meat of this episode because we're already 15 minutes in.
Oh,
Wow, we're just so
We
much
love to
yappers.
chat.
And we just love to chat. It's fun. The breakdown might be the greatest show.
It's the best show.
It's
I'm
the best
gonna
show.
agree. First time hearing,
Hey!
you know what I'm saying? First time hearing about it.
If you ever want to come back, we would love to have you.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm
Whenever,
down.
just text.
Yeah,
Kay,
Kay
you're-
gonna hit me. She gonna
You're,
hit me.
you're the
I-
best
I've
coordinating
never-
producer.
Anytime I've ever needed anything with broadcasting, I call
So you're basically, you should have like the
This is the
broadcasting
minor,
certificate.
like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
you,
give me
she
it
really
all.
could be like better than a lot of people.
Literally. Okay, but Black History Month.
Yes,
February,
great month.
very important.
is.
Shortest month, but it's fine.
Dang,
Take what we
I
can
guess,
get, I
yeah, it
guess.
is.
At least we
Shit.
got something. Damn.
What month would you guys want?
Probably like
Summertime.
yeah, I was gonna say June,
That should be in
July.
June.
Yeah,
Juneteenth
that's
is in
Pride
there.
Month though.
Switch it.
Okay.
That's bad. Never mind. Wrap it up.
What's July?
Nothing,
It is-
right?
The 4th is America.
No. There's always months. Like
Oh, there's
there's
something that we just don't know.
every single month.
Yeah.
Like, we having like I don't. Some things like Latin X month, I believe, and then something
I
else.
thought that
is-
was September.
I don't know the months though.
Oh.
But like there's a racial ethnic group attached.
Oh,
to,
every single month.
I feel like if not like most of them, because like there's like AAPI. I don't know when that. Asian American Pacific or
Oh
Islander.
yes, yeah, you're right.
Come on now.
That,
like,
nice. You
thanks.
came quick with the abbreviations.
Yeah,
and
but because I knew he was gonna ask me, I had to think about it.
Okay, it's kind of like America's thing, kind
on
of.
July.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
so
think
we can
there's any.
switch.
Yeah, you can switch that.
Definitely switch. I just don't want to take away from someone else's, like
Yeah,
another minority
like
group
Pride
one.
Month,
No,
and
no,
like
no.
But yeah.
my birthday is June 12th. You're taking it away from me.
Okay, but keep in mind, like we all.
She's
no,
in June too.
I'm June.
Oh,
I'm June
what's-
29th. But like we're Cancers. You're a Gemini, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about them, but like it's
I'm
okay.
July. I'm a July Cancer, which is better. But like July
Nobody cares.
9th.
Okay, but do you know the constellation, the Gemini twins? Do you know that one?
I don't know about the constellation, but I know about the Gemini
Okay,
twins.
well, there's a constellation that's
Yeah.
twins, and they're like the Gemini twins. I'm a twin, and I'm
I
a
forgot
Gemini.
You're a
he's
real
a
life twin?
twin. I
I'm a
forgot
twin.
he's a
Oh,
twin.
I was gonna ask, are you guys twins for your sorority?
So, like, we don't,
I don't know
like-
the
I don't even know what that
terminology.
means.
Okay, so
Do you know what that's
Patty has twins. Like IFC does that. Like
Oh,
like
two specials.
so yes, basically two specials.
Okay, so
So we call them like so
a
they call
special
them
person.
yeah, like a special person or a special delta. Like that's
Okay.
what we call them. So like Jalea does technically have
I do
two.
technically have twins. Yeah.
Wait,
well,
so do I. What am I
yeah,
talking
we
about?
have.
We
Yeah.
have twins.
How do you
Technically.
forget about your twin?
Exactly.
Don't
Get
tell
on
him.
it.
Please don't tell him.
I'm gonna send him the link.
Don't tell him.
Uh,
I
but
don't know why I thought of Jalea.
that's interesting because I met someone at IU, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm a twin." I was like, "Oh my, I'm a twin. That's
And-
awesome." She was like,
Yeah, but
Not
you're
the
like
same.
a real
No.
life twin.
"I have a real life twin."
Is it a boy or a girl?
Girl.
Oh my! Who's
So
older, you?
cute.
Me by a minute. She was
Oh.
killing me slowly.
Oh.
Goodness.
yeah.
At least you made the A.
I
love
made
that.
it,
Resilience.
and so we're identical. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
how can a
No, they can look the same. Cause I had some in Central.
Wait,
I was
but is it
joking.
technically-
Wait, actually.
Oh, no, like they literally like it's like if you
but
just.
they're still fraternal technically because you're one
Yeah,
is
no,
a
you're-
boy, one is a
we're
girl.
they're technically two different babies.
Yeah, but technically when I look
They're
at them,
technically
if he had a
identical.
wig on, he would look like Maggie.
That's kind of wild because
I'm-
me and my sister, you've never seen a picture of my
Mm-mm.
sister. Shout out Natalie. We do not really look the same. A lot of people have said that we don't even look like the same family, and I tend to agree.
No, because you see, I feel like I see that more often with
Yeah,
boy and
two
girl
different
twins.
babies.
Yeah, like it's like they
Right.
Truth in Oakland.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
There's a
what that
TikTok
is.
family,
No,
and they have first of all they have two sets of twins. So sorry for
How
that.
you
Love,
go-
them.
yeah,
Love
she-
them, but like how the heck do you have two sets
For
of
real,
twins?
she went from 3
And-
kids to 5.
Yeah, and there's two. They're both two sets of girls twins.
Okay.
The ones that the newest pair, they're so baby. Like we don't know.
can't
tell.
Yeah,
They're so
you
baby.
can't check. We don't know what they look like yet.
Okay.
But the older ones, they are total opposites. One has like really tight brown hair. The one's like blonde hair, looser, wavy
Shoots.
curl. It's crazy.
Green eyes, green
Green
slash
eye-
blue versus brown. Like it's like
It's
they
like
look like
they look like they wouldn't even be.
Yeah.
They're barely
Are we
related.
sure they're twins?
They are though.
Dang,
because
okay.
they do look similar. They do look like the
Like
parents, but it's
they look like the parents, but they barely look like each other. One's like taller than the other. Like it doesn't make any sense. But think about
genetics is interesting.
It
Juan and
is.
Vaughn, the basketball player, Juwan Nelson. He is a twin. He's
Okay.
on Pitt basketball, and he's 6'7", and his twin
Twin
is
is
6'1".
like
Well, he's
exactly.
6'1".
He's 6'1".
I'd be so mad.
I would be
I
so
would-
mad.
Actually, my sister, she was so much taller than, well, not so much, but she was like taller than me my entire
Mhm.
life, and I've passed her by like leaps and bounds. She's
Really?
Yeah, she's
Not-
4'9".
Oh no!
Jalea.
Yeah, I'm
She's
6,
shorter than you.
and I'm 6'3", so that's just the way it just worked out like
You're
that.
6'3".
You're
Yes.
not 6'3".
How tall are you, Kay?
He's lying.
I'm not lying.
five
I'm not lying.
I'm 5'8" and some change.
I'm
You're-
I'm
are
on
you-
my knees. I'm on my knees.
I'm
man.
cracking up.
Yo,
He's
he's
not serious.
tripping.
I
Okay,
almost
th-
ate that up too.
I was gonna say when you said leaps and bounds, I'm like, what is going on?
No, she's like, I don't know, 5'2" or
I was gonna
something.
say,
I
there's
don't know.
no way.
I'm like 5'8" or something along those lines.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're off topic.
We're
Let's get
so
to the
off topic.
questions.
I gotta be a good producer. Okay,
Yes, we're back
Black
to it.
History Month,
Mhm.
Yes.
and we've talked about it already with sororities and such. But bringing it to the celebration of the month to a college angle, and I think a really important part of that is I learned through you that there's tons of historically Black sororities and fraternities at Pitt, and that's
Mhm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And that's also interesting because that's kind of a juxtaposition because apparently I also learned this. Pitt is a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution.
Mhm.
So that's
Yes.
really interesting how
Mhm.
that occurred, how that even started, because that
Yeah.
seems like it shouldn't start. Like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to.
So a lot of the Divine Nine, so that's the umbrella that we're under.
Mhm.
So 5 fraternities, 4 sororities.
Yes.
We're under the Divine Nine, and like most of them started at HBCUs, but there is one like Alpha, the first fraternity started at Cornell. That's an Ivy
That's
League.
an Ivy.
And there's
At
two that started.
1906, so keep
Yeah.
in mind, KKK is Pecan.
There's
Jesus.
two that started. There was two that started in colleges in Indiana. So there's one that started at Bloomsburg and
Bloomington?
Bloomington. Yeah,
IU?
sorry.
Yeah.
IU. Yeah, so that's a fraternity that started there.
And then
How did I
Butler
not know
Kappa
that?
Alpha Psi.
That is
Yes.
like the whitest school of all time.
Yeah, and there's just
Exactly.
one that started. Sigma Gamma Rho started at Butler University.
Okay, that's in
Indiana as
Indiana.
well.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so like there is some that started at HBCUs, but there's some that started at PWIs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of
That's
crazy how
kind of
that.
wild.
Yeah, and they've
It
all
is.
kind of like spread. So like our chapter, we are part of the My Team Mu chapter of
Mhm.
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and we are a single letter chapter. So our chapter name is Mu.
Yes.
That means that we were one of the first couple of chapters to form in our sorority. So
In
we
the
were
entire
in the
sorority.
because like
Wow,
our yeah.
okay.
So
Our
our sorority was founded in 1913.
1913, and our chapter was chartered in 1921 at Pitt.
So that's
it was
really
only,
quick.
That's 8 years.
Wow, dang,
Yeah.
okay. So,
So, yeah.
Pitt's we're kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're kind of cool.
And we have actually 2 or 3. We have 2 single letters here. So the members of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, they were chartered in 1913, and their
Okay,
organization
nice.
was founded in 1906. So that's 7 years.
Yeah.
So Pitt we was up with the times.
Yeah, we had another one. They are currently suspended off campus. But yeah, the Alpha Kappa Alpha, like the first sorority that was created
Mhm.
in the Divine Nine, they were
also a single.
also a single letter IOTA
Okay.
chapter founded.
What
here.
does being a single letter mean?
Mhm.
So every time you create, like if you created your own fraternity, right, and like you would have to start at Alpha. So like if you created it here at Pitt, you would be the Alpha chapter. You're the first chapter, and then it would go every
Oh.
time you create one, it goes
Alpha,
down the
Beta,
Greek letter
Gamma.
line.
I thought
Yes.
they were just making up names.
No.
I thought they
Yeah,
were just
so
doing
the,
whatever
the
that sounded
actual
cool.
name, like Delta Sigma Theta, they created that name. But now we're Mu chapter, so we're like the 12th Greek letter.
Yes.
Shoot.
But like
so 12th
yeah.
chapter of the entire
Entire sorority.
sorority's history.
So once
to
you get
be
all the way
me.
down to like Omega, then you would have to now go like Alpha Alpha, and then it's Alpha Beta,
B,
and it keeps
mhm.
going, and then you get to the
That's so
bottom,
cool.
you
You
keep
go
adding
back
another
again.
letter.
I don't know
Yeah.
why that's like the coolest thing to me. That is so like structured like that. But like I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I want to have Omega. Is that a thing? Is that a? Is
I,
that,
yeah, sure. I don't
It's
think it's a
some
big.
history, not for us.
Not for us. We don't have an Omega.
that'd be cool.
You got that.
We don't have that many chapters yet, but maybe one day.
Would you go to my parties if I started a frat?
Yeah,
Sure.
What you
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
nice,
cool guy,
okay. We have a good
yeah.
time.
Yeah. What's it? Do you know like the little drinks that are in barrels? Do you know what I'm
The
talking about?
keg.
No. That's an alcoholic drink. I was gonna make a joke because it's like a
Alright.
juice. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Buzzball.
No, it's like a Kool-Aid jammer kind of.
Oh, I like Kool-Aid
I
Jammers.
love
my,
Kool-Aid
my
Jammers.
joke fell
Blue
flat.
flavor. It's okay.
It's
No,
okay.
it was funny.
You tried.
But Kool-Aid jammers are great.
They
I
are.
haven't had one in a while. They always give me a headache.
I
Really?
can understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like
Is it too sweet?
the flavor, but the blues are the best flavor. I only
I
Blue
don't
is
even
good.
remember the blue.
Blue
I think
is
I only
really
had
good.
like the mixed berry or something.
yuck.
Yeah, I also got sick of Gatorades and they gave me a headache. I don't know. I must be allergic to
Yeah,
something,
Yeah,
something
something's
crazy.
in it.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, Red Dye 40 used to make me crazy.
Oh no,
Oh,
you
That
were
was-
one of
that's
those
what you're
I
kids.
was one of those guys. Like you couldn't
Yeah.
give me Kool-Aid and like take me anywhere. I was
Wrap
freaking
it
out.
up, man.
I'm fine now. I'm fine now.
Maybe you should just let go of all dyes.
What?
you gotta
Like
go
all
like-
the
you gotta
food
be like a
dyes, you should
granola
probably
mom.
not do it.
I probably shouldn't.
Almond mom.
Almond mom, granola mom.
See, my parents weren't like that. They just didn't care.
My
enough.
mom didn't care either.
Shout out my parents.
Shout out them.
Okay, but Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Yes.
Didn't know that Incorporated was included, but next take you would always say Incorporated.
Always.
Yes.
Always, it's always.
Very
So,
important.
That's one of the elite. No, Divine Nine.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it,
It used to
guys.
be the
Elite Eight, but that
But
is
then we added. There's another one. Another fraternity got added in 1963. Shout out to
Iota Phi
Iota
Theta
Phi
Fraternity
Theta.
Incorporated at Morgan State College.
yes.
Now
Morgan- that's
MSU.
What?
Sorry. Okay, that's an HBCU in Baltimore. I have a lot of friends. in
Oh,
Baltimore.
okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that's
you
right.
traveled to Howard?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we-
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how was that?
Awesome.
It was great. We went in the summer because we had our
National
national conference. Yeah, convention. Wrong word. Yes, national convention in DC this year. Remember I told you I was in DC.
Yes. Yes.
And then we went to Howard, so we saw like that's where we were founded. So we saw like the original like plots and everything, and
Mhm.
Lady Fortitude. Like it was so
was
nice.
really
It
nice.
was really cool. Yeah.
Well,
we
that's
enjoyed that.
awesome. Well, I don't know anything about Howard. Where is it?
DC.
DC. Okay, that's kind of what you just said. Sorry, guys. Okay, but for Sigma Theta, your guys' sorority.
Delta
Delta
Sigma
Sigma
Theta.
Theta.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, and this is like a kind of a direct quote from your website. Your sisterhood comprises of mostly educated Black women.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. So to actually be a member, you have to either be in the process or hold a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
So
Oh,
like
okay.
at the undergraduate level, like all of us are working towards a bachelor's degree. So that's like kind of ours. But we have alumni chapters, which is when you actually graduate and you have your bachelor's or your master's or your doctorate or something. And then you can like kind of go at that level.
Okay.
You have to be college educated. It's very important.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
you
see.
can't, if you didn't go to college or you're not in college, you cannot join our sorority.
Yeah.
But you can join at any age. So like if you're
Oh, okay.
50, there's people that are 50, 60, 70 that join
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lifetime commitment.
Yes.
It goes on forever. So
I see,
once you
okay.
graduate, so once we leave Pitt, we won't be in MU anymore, but then we'll go like back home. If I go back to Jersey, I'll join Central Jersey Alumni Chapter.
And, join like the
and then
Baltimore
now,
alumni.
Is there
Yeah.
a Pittsburgh one of that?
yes,
there
Okay.
is.
PAC. Shout out to PAC.
Shout out
Mhm.
Pac.
Love 'em.
Yes.
Okay, well that's awesome. And another thing about your guys' sorority is that like what you guys try to focus on, or at least one of the things, one of the issues is issues facing African Americans today, and that's
Yes.
something that you guys try to focus on. How do you do that?
So we do that many ways. So actually, we're very much about like social action and like that policy and all of that. So we have Delta's Days at the nation's capital, which is DDNC, which is where we try and get as many Deltas like across the entire nation and go to actually Washington, D.C., state
Mhm.
capital, and, advocate for policies or kind of advocate for change and stuff like that. It's very, very important to us to advocate for our community because if no one's going to advocate, and like so this week is Delta Week also, so we have
Yes.
programs every day. And
Oh,
actually,
I didn't know
yes.
that.
So my program on Monday was called the Policy Playbook. So we talked about kind of, how policies are made, what policy is, how policy kind of affects you as a Black student. And kind of like we actually had an activity where we wrote to an elected official, our federal officials.
There you go.
Two.
I'm just showing
Oh,
him.
I saw this on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where we used
Okay.
the room Kevin's
So
yeah, the
you-
Pitt Studios.
Yeah,
Orb
Pitt
needs to do
Studios.
that.
So like if you like scroll like each picture,
And it
like
kinda
it's
like
like
a little
each program that we
description.
have.
Oh,
But yeah, so
shoot.
it's very important to us. Like we have programs every day.
Yeah,
about-
yesterday was my program and it
Mhm.
was called Say It Loud.
Why didn't you
Yeah.
tell me? What the? We should have done a package or something on that.
We definitely could have.
Bro.
Sorry. You know what? This week has been a long.
I understand.
It's
I
not
I
over
get it.
yet.
I get-
So I'm like, I don't do. I'm losing my train of thought a lot.
dude, I get you.
So sorry,
Me too.
but yeah. So yesterday my program was called Say It Loud, and it was focused on examples of like students advocating for change, like different like
And
protesting and
stuff.
things like that. So I talk about like the Greensboro sit-ins, like the 1970 strikes against Vietnam War and things like
Oh,
that, like
okay,
all that type
interesting.
of stuff with like the Kent State shooting and all like everything. And like we kind of gave examples, even examples today with like pro-Palestine protests across like college campuses and like anti-ICE, like the King's protests. Like we talked about kind of like all the different examples and kind of just trying to like get the community here at Pitt to realize like students we be the forefront of like all these different
Yes.
protesting and like changing protesting for like change with policy and things like that. And, like if we have a lot of power as the youth
Mhm.
in this country, we are going to be the change. If we don't see anything wrong with it, it's never going to get changed.
Yeah.
Makes
So like
sense.
that's what we're kind of advocating for, and that's what my program yesterday was about. But like we do stuff like this all the time.
All
We
the
at
time.
least twice a month. Delta Week is like every single day this month. This week, but every month we always have at least 2 programs, and it's kind of going under we have a 5-point pragmatic thrust,
Okay.
and we have to hit like each thrust like throughout
With
the year.
all the programs. So all the programs we do, it's not just like a come
It's not
play cards
willy-nilly,
with us.
yeah.
Come and bake cookies. Like
I see.
no, so it's either educational, like it's always some sort of educational event.
Okay.
It's always
Yeah,
falls
it's like
under
educational, economic, mental health. It's like
international awareness and political
Yeah.
involvement and stuff. So like
yeah.
I just respect how structured you guys are because, like, even
Yeah.
like down to this, like, you guys have goals you have to reach. That's what we try
Yes.
to do in our lives all
Yeah.
the time.
Yes,
Right?
it's
So
very
that's
important.
that's completely awesome. But let me know so we can do packages on all your guys' stuff because that's sick. I didn't. This is. I love learning about like a community that I literally know nothing about, like
Mhm.
even just like Greek life, because I didn't know you guys did that.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
were always talking about a performance. Like, I gotta go practice last
Girl,
semester.
we got practice
Oh,
today.
we got practice
And
today.
then that's all you would say. Then you would dip. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, I know, what is she doing?
I know. I have to be more informative. So yeah, coming up actually at the end of this month, we have the Still City Step Show. Annual Still City Step Show. I think it's the 26th annual because I think last year was the 25th. I think. So let's all the organizations, historic Black organizations in Divine Nine will come and do a performance, and it's a step show about 15 minutes long, and then it's for money. So like first,
Oh, okay,
it's
cool.
like for what's like $500 or $1,000, something
I
like
think
that.
it's
$1,000 for first place, 500 for
like
second place.
fraternities and then sororities are kind of based up, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like a celebration of Black culture. And it's always during Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? And kind of really understanding our roots and where we kind of came from as
I see.
organizations. Like stepping and showing is very, very important to us in like the MPHC community. So it's just a kind of celebration of that. Kind of a way that all the members can bond together. We can kind of show like practice, like we really worked hard on this, and just kind of paying homage to our founders, our charter members, and people in our organization that came before us.
Well, that's awesome.
It'll be at Soldiers and Sailors.
7 p.m., guys.
Yep, on February 21st. So definitely get your tickets. They're on sale right now. Official MPHC Pitt or official Pitt MPHC, something like that is the Instagram account. Definitely go get your tickets. I think it's probably around like $10 or something like that per person. But yeah, even like IFC, Panhandle, they'll come and like support and stuff like that. And yeah, we get so many people. Like it
Really? Okay,
fills
cool.
up the auditorium in Soldiers and Sailors. So it's definitely a great show. Definitely recommend coming.
Well, yeah.
I will send you the links. Don't
send me the
I'm gonna
links.
get you the stuff.
I would love to do a package on that because that sounds sick. But sick. I mean, but I don't even know if we're gonna get media access because we might not be cool enough. But
I'll see what I can do.
anyways, should we get into the questions?
Yes, we're ready.
So yeah, let's get into the questions. And my first one for you guys is, why do you think Black sororities and fraternities are important to Black individuals in colleges?
I can kind of take that. I think building community is very, very important. Being like a Black individual, I'm very family oriented, so I'm very like close to my family. And moving away to Pittsburgh, I'm like 4 hours out. I'm like, dang, like they gone and I'm just by myself. So and especially being at a PWI, it's very hard to find that community. So fraternities and like Black fraternities and sororities are a good way to be able to find that community and also work towards helping your Black community as well. So like Kay is my road dog, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have never met Kay if I was there in the sorority. The rest of my line sisters, my prophytes, my neos, like as I love them and we can kind of bond over the shared experiences and struggles of being Black, but kind of still work together and help each other in all these different ways. Like I think it's a really great thing.
Yeah. And I think for me, like especially freshman year, I was very like, you know me, I'm not shy, but like at the same time, freshman year, I am 6 hours away from home. And even though I really wanted it for myself, that's why I went far away. Because I'm like, not to say that I was like codependent really on my mom or anything. I'm very independent. But I think I needed to get that extra step to be away from home. So I was used to really doing like everything of myself. Because that's how you ease into adulthood a little bit easier rather than like a lot of people in my high school stayed close to home, like going to Rutgers, which is like 25 minutes from my house. That would have been, people are still going home and getting their laundry done by their parents on the weekends. Like, I could not do that. So I was like, when I came here, I was like, freshman year, I was like, oh, okay, like, I really want to, go out and meet more, like, meet more Black people and things like that because I went to, my high school had, like, less than, 5%, probably even less, like 4%, 3% Black people there. So I wasn't even used to, like, seeing so many people here. And even though we don't have super high numbers in that either, we do have a really great Black community at Pitt. And that once you find it,
you're in it, man. It's
and
awesome.
it's like, and everyone's
It's
super like close and like everyone knows each other and it's great. But freshman year I didn't do that. But then sophomore year I was like, I'm going to be better. I'm going to go out. I'm going to do different things because I kind of stuck to my roommates. And then I started to come out. And then I joined our sorority in sophomore year, and like it has made such a big difference in my life.
I see.
That I'm like, now I'm able to just, talk to people, hang out, enjoy more people rather than just staying cooped up, in my dorm room freshman year, only talking to my roommates, only going out with them, not really doing anything on my own. Like it's a completely different experience. So, and yeah, I wouldn't have met Jalea because
the connections are really strong.
It's crazy.
And it's it just really helps it like, because it's like you can still find like a best friend or something like that, but I don't know. It's the real shared struggles. We're real together. Real together.
Yeah, I mean that sounds awesome. Community is like the greatest thing
very
ever.
important.
It's literally like indescribable how important community is, and it's great that everyone's got that here. So
yes,
that's what we're trying to build here with Orb.
Yes.
A community of people who
Yes.
love doing stuff, doing cool stuff. But I can get into my second question, and this is more like general. But how do you believe Black History Month is viewed by the average American?
Average American as in like, okay, so I'll kind of take it two ways. Just like a standard average American, it's like maybe something you acknowledge, you recognize, but you're not kind of engaging with that type of information at all. So you're not trying to like learn more about what Black History Month is, kind of why it's important to Black people, or like this or that. That's one way you could take it. Another way you could take it, someone who's not very much ethnically inclined or loving minorities type of information. So they are annoying. They want, why don't my race have a month or something like that? And paint it very in a negative light. But I feel like overall, it's just kind of like, that's cool, I guess. If you're actually Black or maybe a person of color who can kind of relate to the struggles that Black people have, you might be more inclined to kind of look and do research about that. But I feel like just standard, it's like, that's cool, I guess. And then, it's Valentine's Day, and then it's the end of the month, and it's March, and it's spring. That's kind of
And I think also with the current administration, that's like they, because remember I think they released like a bunch of words that you're not allowed to say with certain documentation, with like can't say diverse, you can't say race, you can't say this, you can't say that. It's like it's painting that like there should be something wrong with people celebrating Black people, and that's kind of like, I feel like that's increasing like the level of like hate and like
tension.
Around in the country, rather than before it was kind of just like, okay, everybody was like, it's Black History Month, like they might not think too much about it, but they also don't have really anything negative to say. I feel like it's driving, now people are having more negative things to say about it, which is like, why? Like why wouldn't you want to celebrate a group of people that don't have a great history in this country, even though we basically built it?
We've done a lot for it.
You know what I'm saying? Like we are the blueprint most of the time for a lot of things that happen in this country, and like we don't get celebrated enough, even though, I mean, we got the smallest month, guys. Like, come on. Like that was already like, okay.
It's a hair dang.
It's a hair dang, exactly. But now it feels like, people are definitely more like she said, like, why don't I have a month? And it's like, you have everything else. like, what do you need a month for? You have every single holiday.
Yeah.
You have everything. What else do you need? My liver?
Bye.
And that's the thing with like the military and celebrating the military. A lot of people are like, why doesn't the military have a month? I think the military does have a month.
National veterans, they got a whole entire day.
They have days,
and then
they have multiple
there is
days.
a veterans month, I swear to God. But the thing is, if it's not so big and widely spread, then it just doesn't exist in their mind. But keep in mind, like, do some research. It's laziness.
I think it's purposeful ignorance. There's a better way to put that. It's that, and that's obviously, is that manipulation? Yeah. So that's
just like weaponized incompetence.
That's that's what I was trying to do. Okay, but that's a manipulation technique, and that's especially rampant in like racist communities.
Exactly.
Which
bingo.
Conveniently hate Black History Month.
Right.
Yep.
It's like
it all falls into each other. You know what I'm saying?
It all makes sense when you really think about it for more than 2 seconds. So, but yeah. Anyways, I'm not saying anything very like new. But another question I have for you guys, if you want to answer it for me, what work still has to be done for remembering Black history and celebrating Black people now?
Well, I just feel like we're just at a place where we're taking such big step backs.
Yeah.
Like, I think this current administration, like they're trying to get rid of museums, and they're taking away like if you go to whitehouse.com, like, and it would be like, I think there was the Tuskegee Airmen, like their post is gone. Like there's like so many things that they're actually trying to take away from our history, and like not so people don't know about it. So like the next generation are going to come in, and like we already have a lack of knowledge about a lot of things that Black people have done, like with our current or when we were younger, like the education system then. It's just admittedly getting worse. So I think that like now, I mean, when this administration is on its way out, we're going to have to go back and add the stuff that was taken away within these last 4 years. And then now we have to go back and add the stuff that were never there in the first place, that people are now kind of discovering, even though like I don't know, there's some stuff like even like the Tulsa Massacre, like they did not teach me that in school.
No,
I learned about that later.
Me too.
Like, that's crazy. That's
I feel like that would be like an integral part of our education.
Yes,
right?
that's huge. That is such a big thing. That's not a little thing. Like, but people are always like, well, that happened so long ago. No, it didn't.
Yeah, I know.
That was not that long ago. There's still a survivor.
Yeah, she's 102 or something, or 100 and
still
and
alive.
102, shout out.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Trying to be like her.
Shout out to her.
And she's like still out and advocating, like kind of like going off of what Kay said, is the education and knowing the history. So when you think about like the American history and American, like you're learning in school, high school, middle school, all of that, the history you're learning, you learn about slavery. Okay, boom. You know, we finally came off where it's America's its own thing. We got slavery, and then it's all white people. you don't really learn kind of Black history or Black American history is American history. It just shouldn't have like its own separate thing. So like Kay was saying, we're gonna have to go all the way back. You know what I'm saying? Redo everything this guy's doing, and kind of implementing that and like making that standard. But then also like I think standardizing Black history still being American history. Like I don't need to learn about like why. I don't know. I hate history because this is my tangent for the day. Because every time it's Black history, it's always traumatic and this and that. But like there's like
So many
Madam
great
C.J.
things.
Walker. She was the first Black millionaire. Why am I learning about that? And I'm like 21. You know what I'm saying? Like
I didn't know
that's
that.
something that's what I'm saying. That's like and she was
Really?
doing hair care products and stuff like that in like the early 1900s, I believe, or like maybe in the middle of that. I'm not really sure the thing, but see what I'm saying? Like I can't even confidently say that, but I can confidently say the Declaration of Independence, like 1776. Like you know what I'm saying? But like kind of integrating that more within the actual curriculum so that when you're like older, you're not like learning about it and we're like literally adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it should be back in the day so that it's not a surprise that, oh my God,
Yeah.
look at this. Like, oh yeah, I knew that. Like, because Black history is American history.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
makes
it's
sense.
like it's like other countries, like you can't go to Germany and like brush over the Holocaust. Like that's not happening. Like they're going to teach you about it. They're going to teach you everything, so
You can learn from it.
so you can learn from it. Yeah, and say like this is never going to happen again. This is what happened. This is why this is never going to happen again. This is why this can't happen again.
Yes.
We're like slavery happened
Well-
so long ago, which is like even though it did, we're still kind of in a modern day slavery with so much systematic oppression.
Yes.
We're never getting away with it because nobody's addressing the elephant in the room. Everyone just wants to brush over it like it never happened, but like that caused a ripple effect to where we are now. That's
Still having the effects.
still
Like,
having the
literally,
effects.
It's like not even just like systematic. Like biologically, Black people are like hypertension. Like that has stuff to do with all the systematic oppression, like slavery back. Like our genes is our ancestors from 400 years ago. Keep in mind, they also be trying to like mess with your mind. Like I'm thinking, like, you know, I see a civil rights picture, Martin Luther King Jr. It's black and white. I'm thinking, dang, like, you know, this is back when
We didn't have
Marilyn
color.
Monroe and all that. That's what I'm saying. So they deliberately kind of frame Black history to be, so that's so long ago, da 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 da. So no, it was my grandmother was alive.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
same.
Back in the day, and it should have been colored, but they're trying to like format that.
They
so
they
that
do it
it's-
on purpose to like
yeah.
create this narrative, like, oh, we should
was so
forget about
long
it. It
ago.
was so long ago.
Yeah.
When that's just
Ruby Bridges is like
Incorrect.
66.
she's so
67.
young. Like what?
Oh, yeah.
She's
and
very
that's
much
the
alive
first
and well.
to integrate school. So like just keep in mind and like
Dang,
that's our
that is kinda
our
wild.
politicians
Yeah.
are they were out there throwing the rocks at the little Black girl, you know what I'm saying? And they're in the government.
Yes.
And that's why we are the way we are.
Yeah.
Thank you for
And then
coming
we
back.
I feel like we also get hit with like everyone always, wants to play into stereotypes. Oh, they, Black people, the watermelon fried chicken BS, or like they're like, oh, like Black people don't have dads. But it's like, I
Let's
wonder
think about that.
why you guys think that's such a big stereotype. That goes back to slavery as well. Because you purposely, white people would separate the Black family, take the dad away from the mom and the kids, and then that became a stereotype. And now people will say that to this day. But it's like you just thinking that because, oh, like Black people don't want to take care of their families. Like, no, like systematically, you guys set this up for us to be like this years and years later.
Yeah.
And like, and obviously there's so many families that are beating that odds. Like that's not even even true as much. But like the reason why that was a stereotype because it went back to slavery. It's like you started this and now you're making fun of me.
It's ridiculous. But no, like that's right. Like a lot of the stuff, like, and like not a lot of stuff that you don't kind of realize or think about goes back to slavery. Like I'll be on TikTok and they'll be like, what's it called? Okay, so like Black people, and I actually do this, which is so funny. It was really interesting to learn. Black people, a lot of like sometimes when we laugh, like we like run away from each other.
I've heard of that.
So that's what I'm saying. You might have seen that. So my family does that. I know I do that. Kay does that.
I'll be sprinting away.
But like that goes back to slavery. Like you couldn't be all congregate and laughing because it's the master's going to come. It's going to get back.
They're gonna think, oh, you're having
So you-
fun.
Yeah,
Got you.
So like you have to like disperse, but like that's what I'm saying. Like that is like it's literally ingrained in our genetics, our genes, our bodies to still kind of be having these effects and like acting our actions. Like it dates back to slavery. So like I'm telling you, go on TikTok, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something really new if you type in something about like, oh, I didn't know this was from slavery. Yes.
Yeah, and then
a lot
you
of stuff
like it
relates.
starts. Obviously, you start from TikTok, but if you actually go and do the research, like you're gonna find like actual like articles and like
newspapers.
So
history.
yeah, it'd be crazy. I don't even know what the original question was, but
Yeah.
I hope that made
No,
sense.
you guys, that was good. That was good. That was good. But Let's do 2 more questions.
Sure.
How do we feel about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. How does it feel to be? Oh, let me just preface. Pitt is a predominantly white institution.
Yes.
Correct.
That is correct, which is mostly white students.
Mhm.
So, how does it feel to be a black student that goes to a PWI?
I can really talk on this because my major, so I'm natural sciences, pre-dental. I have a bunch of minors and yada, yada, yada. But so I'm taking the bios, I'm taking the chems, I'm taking the organic chemistries, the physics. I am generally one of, I'll say maybe 5 max, maybe a clean 7 black students throughout all of those courses.
Wow.
And so like, bio, there was a bunch of black people, you know what I'm saying? Because everyone comes in freshman year. You're pre-med, you know what I'm saying? You're pre something, you wanna do this. Oh, bio's kind of hard, so I'm gonna like switch. So then they drop out. So then it's bio 2. It's a little bit less black students. Don't let me get to organic chemistry. I'm the only black girl in my organic chemistry lab. You know what I'm saying? But it's really tough to kind of be in my major and try and find that community. It'd be like, okay, group projects, like group up. I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'll just wait for the rejects because that's what I am, a reject. Nobody ever, they over here, they over there. Like it's hard, but that's why I really go out of my way during the actual like outside of class to find my community because I cannot find it within my major at all. Like
I understand. Okay.
It's nobody's in STEM. They be engineering. There's a lot more black engineers, but like the black pre-dentals, like there's probably like 10 throughout the entire grade. Oh no, I mean like all grades. Maybe 10 or 20 that are actually pre-dental.
That's got to be like the most isolating thing you can go
It
through.
is. That's what I'm saying. So everyone's like a pre-med, like that's a lot more popular. Or like maybe we're a pre-PA or something, but pre-dental. That's why like I'm on these like trying to find connections through my sorority and like trying to like go out and find other connections for people who are at HBCUs who are also my major because it's not here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, I see.
And I think for me, it's like, okay, like I said, I went to a kind of PWI when I was at home. Like all my schooling that I've been to, elementary to high school, majority white students. So it's like it's not like I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I'm just kidding.
Swear.
I'm definitely not new to this kind of environment. I think that like that it definitely set me up to come here and be like you have your code switching. You know what I'm saying? Like
culture shock. I didn't have a culture shock.
It's no culture shock at all. Like you're where you are. You know who you are. You know how to deal with certain people, whatever. But like definitely. You think that when you come to because Pittsburgh is like it's a little city, so like you think like you might see more people that look like you, but when I did get to class and I was the only black person in the class, it's like whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
Like
here we go again.
Here we go. Exactly. It's just another class because I am used to being in this kind of environment, but that's why, like she said, when you are outside of class and you see your people, it's like it's so much more exciting. It's so much more fun. Like conversations are greater, and you just have more fun, genuinely. But like being like, I don't know, I go to class and I'm like, I'm just used to it. You know what I'm saying?
It's nothing new.
It's not really new. It's not like it's devastating. It's not devastating, but it's also like, I wish it was better. Because even when I was in high school, like I would go to my classes when it was time for lunch. Like lunch was like the best because all of your friends, we all sat at the same table every single day. We're all like black or minorities in general, and we would just have the best time. It was great. And then you had to go your separate ways, but at lunch it's gonna be a blast because like everyone's together again, and that's kind of how it feels when you're done with your classes and you get to meet up on Fridays to go out or like have a kickback or just hang out with your your people. It's like it's great. So it's like not a big deal, but it's not ideal. But,
that makes sense.
That's why I really push so hard to like, hey, who wants to do something?
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, in class, like I'd be like, man, this is mundane. My stuff's not even fun anyways. Like organic chemistry sucks. I can't even. Oh God,
I've never heard
recommend
anything good about OChem.
Never take it. Like switch your major immediately.
I'm taking it as a gen ed next year.
Yeah, you're
lying.
gonna pray.
I don't even think that's allowed.
I don't think you can get into that class. I think it's probably have some prereqs for sure.
Lisa could do it for me. I know she could.
Does Lisa have any pull in that?
Bye.
Lisa could do anything else, but I don't know about that. Shout out Lisa.
Shout out Lisa and Kevin.
And Kevin, yes.
Who else? That's kind of the broadcasting department. That's it.
That's the gist.
That's all y'all got.
It's okay. Yeah. We're pulling through. Look at these new studios we got.
No, I'm messing with it.
I know it's
really nice.
Trust me,
it's professional.
It's nice.
Super nice.
But okay, let's get to the last question. Actually, do you believe PWIs ignore POC students?
I would say yes and no. I know, like right now, some stuff is kind of like We'll go back to 2020. Okay, 2020. Everyone knows the black Instagram posts and
Yeah, the black,
just
the black square.
the black square.
Yes,
The
I
infamous, but I
remember.
think that was like June something. The black square. So eyes are on universities and schools and systems like that and organizations to really make a stand. Are you with the right side of history or the bad side? So that was kind of performative. I feel like to kind of determine like now I'm going to have all these resources for black people and yada yada yada. So years pass. It's 2026 now, and some of them are kind of dwindling. They're dying off. They're not kind of being used, which is kind of on the black community's fault, but then at the same time their fault because, or like the school's fault because you're not advocating or like advertising. Like, hey, we have these systems for you to use. I feel like it's also easier because we're such a small minority, or like minorities are such a small percentage of the entire Pitt population. It's easier just kind of brush them aside, and like more so focus on like the big, which is we're at a PWI, so the white population. But at the same time, it can't all be their fault because we as minority students have to use the resources that are given to us.
Yeah.
But like the resources could be better.
I understand.
So it's like we're playing tug of war. Like everybody at fault, everybody messing up. Everybody could do better. They could do more better though.
They could do more. Okay.
Yeah, I think also just like because a lot of times like when you're part of like Black Action Society is it's like one of the oldest clubs on campus.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it started back in like the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a really
Civil
old
rights
club.
stuff.
Like it's to the point where like I think the president and vice president get a stipend actually from the school too
Oh, cool,
for that
okay.
club.
Yes.
It's very like it's one of the bigger clubs here. So if you're a part of that club, like a lot of times you get to meet with like the vice provost and the dean of students and this thing like we have like meetings and they'll be like, oh, like what
Like
are the
Black
issues?
Senate and stuff.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, what are the issues that you want to address and da 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 da. And it would be a lot of that, but it's like, what is actually being put in place after those
Yeah, you
meetings?
actually
I
doing
haven't seen
it?
anything. I've been to one of those
Okay.
meetings.
Mm.
I haven't seen anything.
I see. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know like there are people because there are like there's people that are in the same like organizations that we are in like Greek life too
Who
that are
in there.
higher up and like
Mhm.
they'll want to listen to us, they'll want to meet us, they'll want to talk to us, but it's like I don't know how far like us meeting with them is going.
Advocating,
Like like I don't know where that stuff is
like
going.
what else needs to happen?
Yeah,
It got to be
yeah.
more high up. I feel like
Mhm.
so they hear the problems. They're like, okay, I'm gonna take the problems up. But if it's not important to the higher ups, nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
Or if they don't find it relevant or find it like, I have this $20 million that I could like allocate to them, but I'm gonna give it to the athletes, or I'm gonna give it to Hillman because this new building just got built and it looks nice. You
It
know what I'm
is
saying?
nice.
But like the allocation's probably like, like I'm hearing you. We're gonna try to do something probably, but womp, womp,
It kind of
womp.
I feel like it kind of dies
Yeah.
Fizzles
eventually,
out.
and then
Okay.
they have us do another meeting, and then
It's the
fizzles
same
out.
cycle.
Yeah.
See, my least favorite thing in the world is like there's a bunch of meetings, but nothing occurs.
There's no
It's
action
just,
plan.
what's
I
the
need
point?
that.
What's the point? What's the
Yeah.
point? It's just wasting everyone's time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately.
that's really unfortunate.
Mhm.
Okay, but thank you so much for those questions.
Of
In the
course.
last segment, we can make it kind of quick because this has been a long episode, a fun one, but really long. But let's get into some Pittsburgh Black history, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Pittsburgh is a city that had many important figures and events that related to Black history
Mhm.
throughout the years. And one of the people this is from public source, by the way, the
Okay.
publication in Pittsburgh. Jackie Ormez, who was a cartoonist and activist, a woman cartoonist, and I believe this was maybe like the 50s or something. So not a lot of Black women, female cartoonists at that time. It was kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so she defied stereotypes with her characters, which were Black women who were not in stereotypical roles like a laborer or like a
Yeah.
maid or whatever it may be.
Exactly.
So that was like a big thing.
That's
Mhm.
so cool.
And she was the first woman to have a national newspaper comic strip. So that's pretty
wow.
cool. Yeah.
Wow,
And
I didn't-
Wow.
I
And
don't think
first
I knew
woman too,
that.
not Black woman.
the first woman.
First woman in general.
So shout out to her because that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
impressive.
That is
Wow.
super cool. What the heck?
I know. And
I wish they told us that. You know?
Never
Pittsburgh
would've known.
based. Pittsburgh based
Pittsburgh-based.
individual. So awesome. And yeah, shout out to her. And then John B. Vachon, excuse me, who was an abolitionist, and he was born to a free woman in 1792. So this was
Seven.
quite a while.
Mhm.
Quite a while ago, and he moved to Pittsburgh and opened the first bathhouse / spa in the city.
Oh,
So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
And so he was like wealthy enough to open that. I think his mom had some money,
Mhm.
but he didn't just use that for a spa. He used it to help people
Yeah.
escape slavery,
Oh,
and
that's
his
cool.
basement in his spa was an important spot for enslaved people. And this relates to Pittsburgh's role in the Underground Railroad. Honestly, did not know we had a
I was
role.
about to say,
I did not know.
I didn't know we was.
Didn't know.
I didn't know we was a part of that.
I knew like Ohio because if you guys have ever driven on the Ohio Turnpike, there's always a sign that's like Underground Railroad, and it's just
Really?
like
Pay
a
attention in
random spot.
Ohio. Nah.
I'd never go to
That's
Ohio.
cool.
I go to Ohio all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. So
Because you're trying to get to Michigan, right?
I'm trying to get to Michigan, and I gotta
Right.
drive through that interstate,
Ugh.
go through Toledo.
Yeah.
Oof. But,
Oh, I've taken the train to Toledo. Worst train station ever. by
oh,
the way.
really? I'm
like-
gonna be taking that train pretty
Oh
soon.
my god, it's
Mm,
like
good luck, Ben.
1945.
Do I
in
need a
there.
gun?
Low key though, smells awful. Weird, like people are just like in there, and the seats. You know the old Taco Bell seats?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of that vibe
Oh
in
my
there. TVs are like old tech, first generation TV. Like
I'm dead.
it was like awful, and I was stuck there during a
The
blizzard.
snowstorm.
Yes.
That's literally a horror movie. That's the
Sick work.
introduction.
Me and my roommate were like, "No way, this is happening to us."
That sounds terrible.
It was horrible.
But let's get back into the history, and specifically Pittsburgh's role in the Underground Railroad, because our three rivers, which is the you guys know the three rivers. I don't need to explain that.
Right.
Do you not?
Oh no, it's Ohio. It's fine. I don't need it.
It's
I
okay.
can look
We
it
know
up.
it. You can look it up. That's
Yeah.
just like
Yep.
Pittsburgh history, and you're from PA.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on,
From
from
the
man.
other side though, like
Where is York exactly?
So you know where Harrisburg is?
Yeah.
So I'm 30 minutes from Harrisburg.
Oh, okay.
And
So
I'm
you're on
like-
the bad side of Pennsylvania.
No, wrong. We got Philly. What you got? Oh, you over.
Pittsburgh.
Who cares about that?
You're in Pittsburgh. What are we talking? Why did you go to UPenn? Why didn't you go to Drexel? Why didn't you go to
I don't,
Temple?
like, okay.
Westchester.
Never would have messed with none of them. The scholarship was really good, and my sister really liked this school because she graduated from here. That's why.
You know why? Because
The-
it's in the greatest city on planet Earth. That's a
Yuck.
lie. That's a
Yeah,
lie. Get
thanks.
out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Get out of here. But okay, the Three Rivers played a very unique key role in the operation because there was a lot of steamboats and stuff and a lot
Yeah.
of shipments. So that was just like, I mean, those rivers are huge and they come from different places. And in regards to that, Pittsburgh had a strong community that stepped up and helped the escaping slave people.
Wow.
So, and the rivers connected that. That was a good connection to Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I never
And
know.
homes along the rivers, churches, restaurants, and hospitals were all stops for Pittsburgh part in the Underground Railroad.
That's
Wow,
cool.
that's really cool. Shout out to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So shout out to Pittsburgh. We're pretty cool. Best city in the states.
right.
Come
wink,
on.
wink, wink, wink,
Come on.
wink.
But yeah. So that's some cool history facts. We love history. Shout out to Jack's history segment on next take.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. The history segment.
Fada was a hater, man.
She was a hater.
She
Uh-oh.
I enjoyed the
w-
history.
it's
And the
silly
quotes.
fun.
I love the quotes.
The quotes are great. We should honestly bring them back.
Maybe we should end the breakdown with the quote.
Oh shoot. I don't know a quote. What's a good quote?
I'm on the spot.
Do you have a good quote?
I just learned a quote in my history and psychology class. It's
What is
embarrassing.
it? No,
What
say
is
it.
it? Say it. Say it. We don't. It's better than anything we
I
got.
think, therefore, I am.
Okay, but that's a good
That's
one
good
though.
though. It's like
Is that true?
Yeah.
What's human consciousness? Is it that?
Oh, he
Are
would-
we even in consciousness?
Dr. Lauren Bates would love you.
I've just literally. Have you taken media theory classes? I imagine.
No, actually never. I don't think I've taken them.
Take media ecology.
I'm
Wait,
graduating
Shout
in
out
May.
Adam Herbert. Oh, I guess that's
Shout out
true.
to my graduation
But
in May.
no, literally.
2026.
But literally, 2028. Jesus.
Oh,
but
Sorry.
But
Yeah.
media is literally all philosophy. That's all it
Mhm.
is. So
Wow,
I'm
that's
surprised
cool.
you didn't. Come on, guys.
I've never taken something. I honestly tend to forget the classes I've taken. I'm not gonna lie.
she's not serious.
like
I
I'm
thought
like what
I
they're
was the
called.
unserious one.
Like what? That's we knew it was me. I think like maybe like I can remember what I've talked about in some of these classes, but like the titles. Oh, I don't
Okay,
know.
whatever, man. But I take a lot of philosophy classes, so I know how to speak it at a very base level. But anyways, okay. Does anyone have any anecdotes before we end this episode?
Oh, this was awesome. Thanks for having
This is
me.
Of
I
course.
had a
Thank you
great
so much
time.
for coming on. You can now put it on like your bio on Instagram. You were the first ever guest for Orb.
Bow,
Yeah.
B-O-W.
So congrats on that. But thank you
Thanks.
so much for being on our show. It was awesome.
Of course, I had a great time. I would love to be.
Okay, if you
Great.
want to come back, come back.
That
Yes,
will do.
no problem. We go get her back.
Gotta go
But-
back. Next Thursday is our next episode. We don't know what
Yes.
it's going to be about yet. I always put in the rundowns. Like, we got to tease the next episode, but we don't even know what we're talking about when we
It's
get
too far in
here.
the future. I
It's too
get
far,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm a
We'll-
bad producer.
We'll
man.
see if we can tease it on Instagram once we come up with it.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna make like 18 posts tonight, so look out for that. Okay, but Thank you so much for listening, everyone. This has once again
Yes.
been an Orb produced podcast. We'll see you next Thursday. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye
Good
now.